Ready? Dick, just talk about the last 2 days of minicamp. How has it been out there?
No, it's been fun. It's been real fun seeing everybody make plays and all that.
You seen from the rookie Jalen Smith.
Oh yeah, he listened well. He gonna do whatever it takes to be better. So that's good.
As a group in the secondary, how do you think you guys came together the way you are? It's obviously a very close group.
Well, I mean, since day one, we always click, and then just get closer every day.
Tell the fans more about the different players in the secondary so that they get to know a little better the way you know?
I mean, you got some crazy people. Then you got like me. I don't, not crazy, but I can be crazy though. But I mean, everybody different, so it all work together.
Do you have any big plans for this team?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep.
Derek, can you talk about the just the growth of not only yourself but Kamari and a couple of these other defensive backs under Dino Basso?
Yeah, Dino. Without Dino, I mean, none of us would be where we're at right now. I feel like going into every year, we kind of know how to coach ourselves and, well, not coach ourselves, but like we know what we did wrong and how to fix it. And then Dino, of course, help us out. So, I mean, yeah, appreciate the Dino. Whatever you got.
Just from a team perspective, what does it mean to have that show? Just from a team perspective, what does it mean?
Yeah, Nick Tell, that's a legend. So, I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
How do you think he would feel about these references to him as a legend, guys saying they grew up watching him? Have you brought that up? How do you think he feels about that?
I mean, honestly, he's just all about ball. He probably don't even care about none of that. So,
Do you remember watching him play when he was at Georgia?
yeah.
Big time star.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, Nick.
Can you explain what were the primary factors coming to Houston? What were a couple of things that really made you want to come here and just pick it up the rest of your career and come here and just add to this?
Yeah, well, I guess the biggest thing is knowing what this team is about from afar. I've always been a fan of Coach D'Amico, and I know some guys on the team. I know Joe Mixon. I know what he's about, and I watched him from afar on the other sideline plenty of years, and I know how hard he runs the ball, and I know the opportunity I had here with this team, being an up-and-coming team, and past 2 years I really turned it on. So I know I had a chance to come here and win a lot of games, surrounded by a great group of people.
Nick, what do you say about
I feel good.
Nick, what do you say about some of the concerns that people may have about the way that your season ended in 2023 and then how it ended in 2024 with the injuries?
I would say that's all behind me, and injuries happen, and with what I did, it takes about 2 years to really get back, and so I'm over the hump. I'm back home. I was back home all off-season training, where I trained, every year since I was in high school, and I was able to get a full year in of doing the things that I do best, and so now I'm feeling good as I have been in a long time.
Your workouts are pretty legendary. Can you share what your squat number is right now?
I don't have a number. I don't have a number.
From an emotional standpoint, I know Miles and a lot of the Browns had some good things to say about you. Have you really been able to take all that in, or is it just kind of moving fast?
It happened really fast. I was at home Saturday. I got the call, and I was on the flight the next day. So I haven't been able to process everything. I've talked to a couple guys, former teammates, but I haven't really had the time to really sit down and digest everything. But, I'm happy to be here.
How do you think you and Joe complement each other as backs?
I think we're great together. He's a bigger guy, tall, explosive. He runs super hard, and I do the same thing. So I think it'll be, us kind of doing that back to back and against other defenses. Yeah.
Nick, you got to watch him a little bit when he was at Ohio State in the last 2 years here. What do you think of C.J. Stroud as strong as a passer?
Yeah, I know he's a ball player. I went to Georgia, so in that game when they played OSU versus Georgia, I was afraid, because he was torching them. And yeah, he's a great player. I was on the Browns 2 years ago in a playoff game. We came here and torched us again. So I see what he's about. He's a great leader. I met him, came up to me, talked, exchanged numbers. Anything I needed, he told me to let him know. So he's a great leader too.
Nick, you talked about the process, the transition. Have you been able to see what the Browns fans have been posting on social media? And if so, if you have seen it, what do you think about all that?
Yeah, of course I've seen it. I mean, we have a long history there. You know, I came in as a freshman. I gave it my all for that team and for that city, and the fans appreciated me more than anything, and I appreciated them too. And it was a blessing to be drafted there, and that's place. I mean, that's still a part of me no matter what. You know, I'll never forget my time there, and it was a blessing. But you know, I look forward to doing all of that here now.
Nick, have you had any close conversations what do you think about it going into this year?
We talked a little bit. You know, I can tell he's a very smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows his stuff, and yeah, we talked about the run schemes, things like that. What his plans are. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm happy, and I'm excited.
Have you gotten a chance have you gotten a chance to look at what the defensive side of the ball is, and how excited are you about, you know, just going up against them in training camp and what they're going to be able to do this year?
Yeah, I've been playing a while, so I know a bunch of those guys over there, played against them, and I'm excited about it. Big guys up front, smart, fast, young DBs, and a great linebacker. So, I mean, I'm excited.
You had a message just to Browns fans for the last 7 years of your career.
I don't know. I'm sure I'll address that at some point. You know, I'm not ready to do it now, but it'd be a great message. Sorry, say it again.
Can you talk about the adjustments you have to make with a new offensive line, basically? What do you have to do, how your reads and trying to coordinate with getting it there?
For the most part, it's all the same. You know, run the ball, the same thing I've done in Cleveland, same blocking scheme, it's the same play. So it's been fine from that adjustment.
Was there a moment where you kind of said, hey, I'm back to my old self, and you kind of knew? If so, what was it?
Probably while I was at home during my off-season training. I had all my numbers that I usually do in off-season, so speed and weights and things like that. So,
what is your first impression of DeMeco Ryans, and what does it say that this organization wanted you so bad?
Yeah, I mean, he's a young coach, a lot of energy, a lot of intensity. He's young, fresh, he wants to win, and you know, I was questioning why they wanted me, and then I came here and I saw a bunch of guys who like to work and not talk, and I realized that I'm a perfect fit. So I realized why they wanted me here, and I'm excited about it.
What kind of tandem do you feel like that could be, and do you know him well from the North days, all that sort of thing?
I know him. I think we're in the same class. I come out of high school. He should have came to Georgia, by the way, and he went to Cincinnati, and so I played against him twice a year. And I was always afraid that he would take over the game with his ability. You know, he runs super hard, and so I think both of us having those same intangibles would be tough for a defense to stop.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
When you look at the tandem that you and Will have formed, what do you feel like you guys
coming off last year, I feel like we have great chemistry. We kind of know how each other rushes now. So going out there, I can kind of figure like what he's about to do. He'll figure out what I'm about to do. So it's great chemistry, especially with the interior guys. So
what has this offseason been like for you?
It's been a good offseason so far. Focused on gaining more strength, focused on getting better as a football player, put on 5 pounds of muscle. So that's a plus. Just basically just getting my body ready for the season.
Are you excited to be back out here with your teammates as far as this 2-day minicamp has been going?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Coach Rob, he's been texting me over the break, and I've been seeing film, watching film on everybody. But it felt good to be back out here.
to add a year to your deal? Because obviously you liked it here and they wanted to augment your deal. What did that mean to you that they wanted to keep this thing going, and what was kind of your feelings about that?
I was excited about it. You know, I'm from here. You know, I watched the team since I was little, and it meant a lot to be able to play another year in Houston. So my family was excited about it. I feel like my agency did a good job at that, and I'm ready to keep playing for this team.
After the divisional game between the Kansas City Chiefs, you and Will, y'all had a moment together in the locker room. And I know that both of you all had said that, you know, you all didn't like that feeling. How much is that fueling you and him to get past that hump this season?
Oh, you just got to remember that feeling. You got to, before we go out there, before practices, you just got to remember that feeling and have that motivate us, to keep trying to get better and better, and not just us, but the whole defensive line.
Daniil, knowing this, just being back around with the help of the last season, what does it mean for you as a player?
Oh, it means a lot. I've watched him. He's a tough runner, hard runner, and the ability that he's able to bring for his team, running through guys and making plays, that's a plus for the team. We could always use something like that.
In terms of the defense overall, not just the defensive line, but collectively, what kind of defense do you feel like this could be this fall?
Well, we have talent all over, all ages, young, veterans. The biggest thing is that we have good chemistry, and when you have good chemistry on defense, that's going to be.
How can the defense be better this year than it was in your first year?
I feel like we have a lot of guys coming back. Guys know what they're doing, and then guys that want to keep getting better. So I feel like that's going to be a plus for the defense, and guys just want to make plays out there.
You both finished a lot of sacks, but do you feel like there's even more sacks out there for you guys?
Honestly, we missed a lot of sacks last year. So I feel like this year, the biggest thing is just focusing on the little things and being able to finish those sacks that we missed last year.
What are some of the things? What are some of the things that you and D'Amico, you and Matt Burke have talked about as far as coming into this season, improving on last season?
No, just getting off the ball. As a defensive line, the biggest thing we want to do is just get off the ball. When you get off the ball, you make plays.
Just from the perspective of continuity, when you know that you have guys like Mario and Foley and Tim are out for the second year, is that going to give you a baseline of what to expect of the from last season?
I feel like it brings back good chemistry because we know how each other rushes now. So, the biggest thing is we line up. We kind of have a sense, an idea of what's going to happen inside and what's going to happen on the outside. So that's a plus.
You guys have all your own different personalities and styles of play, but how would you describe collectively the style and personality of the defensive line as a group?
We call ourselves the engine. You got a car, and the car don't move without the engine. So we take pride in bringing the team on our backs. So we look at this defensive line as the engine of the team.
Appreciate you.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm doing great. I can't complain at all. Life is good.
The decision or your move to the analyst role, why was now the right time for that?
It was honestly that Christmas Day game, being in the booth, being back in the stadium, feeling that energy, feeling that atmosphere, and having the ability to really expound on some football knowledge and be able to try and talk to the fans about what you're seeing and share your knowledge. I really enjoyed it. And it also kind of stretches that muscle, and I love watching the film during the week. I love studying the players, and so that just kind of all worked out.
You're obviously a very decorated player. Do you enjoy, getting more into this broadcast space, becoming more and more decorated in that field?
I would say it has nothing to do with the decorations. It has more to do with the day-to-day enjoyment of what you do. I love the game of football. When I was playing, I always said I would never be an analyst. I was like, you'll never ever catch me doing that. And then I retired and I realized, son of a bitch, I really love this game. I really love football. So I want to be around it. I want to be a part of it. And I love watching these guys at the highest level do what they do. So it's a lot of fun.
What do you think about the energy that you've seen from this defensive unit out here today?
It was incredible. I was talking to some people on the sideline, those are the moments you miss the most. Practicing with your guys, make a play, and everybody goes nuts. The whole sideline, the whole defense. There's just nothing better. And those are the best teams. In the middle of June, the last day of mini camp, going crazy over a play just because you love the game, you love your brothers, you love to make plays. And that's going to translate in the fall. This is a really good group.
JJ, 2 years ago you said that with D'Amico Ryans, you kind of called it that this was going to change things. What have you seen with D'Amico putting his stamp on it, turning this thing around?
Yeah, I would say that there has been nothing that could have changed the trajectory of the organization more than that. Now, obviously, you also have to add the drafting of CJ and Will and the moves that they've made, but none of it happens without D'Amico at the helm. The personality he has, the culture he's built, the knowledge that he has, it's been incredible to watch, and I think that you see players wanting to come here to play for D'Amico Ryans because of who he is and what he's built.
What are the things you're most nervous about from going into being an analyst, an in-game analyst? And have they told you, are you calling any Texans games?
We don't. It's crazy. You don't find out. Sometimes until the week before, but sometimes, a couple weeks before. I would imagine. I mean, we have the AFC, and the Texans are obviously a draw in the AFC, so we'll have some. As far as what I'm nervous about, I'm not nervous about much because I know for a fact that half the people are going to shit on me for liking one team and half the people are going to shit on me for liking the other team. So it doesn't really matter what I say. I'm going to get trashed either way. So that gives me a lot of freedom to just say what I want to say and just to be truthful and honest. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Ian's the perfect guy to
Ian's the best. There's nothing better when you've got Ian Eagle as your partner. Just so smooth, so witty, so smart. Balanced. He will make me look good in any situation. I'm very lucky to have such a great partner.
You talk about the jump and the leap that you've seen from Will Anderson Jr. from his rookie year to his second year.
Yeah, I think the best part about Will is that he understands his potential and he wants to do everything possible to achieve it. And not everybody has both of those things together. Some people don't understand how great they could be, and other people aren't willing to work hard enough to accomplish it. Will has both. And it's been really fun to watch him grow and progress because he is willing to put in all that work and he is willing to make the sacrifices, and he's reaping the rewards because of it. And it also is really nice when you put Daniil Hunter on the other side because, man, what a combo.
JJ, you got to see him play throughout his time. What does Nick Chubb provide for us? Not just from a veteran standpoint, but also from what he sells back.
Yeah, I mean, he's an incredible player. Strong, tough, fast, physical. But then, like you said, the mentality that he has, the way that he works, I mean, it's really tough to see a guy like that leave a great city like Cleveland because he represents what a Cleveland Brown, like what Cleveland is, a tough, hard-working guy. But, hey, Texans will take him, no problem. And really looking forward to seeing how he fits in that backfield between him and Mixon, kind of reuniting some old AFC North boys. It'll be fun.
Daniil Hunter, with what he did last year with these guys, what do you feel you saw from Daniil in terms of even taking it to a different level?
I don't think I saw him take anything to a different level because I've known Daniil's level for a long time, and I think he's been criminally underrated for his entire career. I've been watching Daniil my whole career, and he's been playing at this level for that long. He's a phenomenal player in the run and in the pass. He's got multiple different moves. He's extremely strong, but he also has these finesse, agility moves. This is who he's been. I don't know why the world is just kind of starting to figure it out.
How would you characterize Houston as a football city?
Houston's an unbelievable football city. I mean, from the lovely blue days back in the day, obviously to the difficult times of having the Oilers leave town and everything that came with that, to then the resurgence with the Texans. There's nothing that would be crazier in this city than a Super Bowl parade. Texas is a football state. Houston is a football town. We've got some incredible other teams here as well. I mean, personally got to enjoy the Astros parades and everything that came with the Astros winning multiple World Series. Would love nothing more than to see the Texans version.
Your time. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You mentioned that you've been in the analyst role now. Has that itch finally been sold? You want to come back?
Yeah. I would say I don't know if it'll ever be settled, honestly. I mean, I'll always think I can do it, which is a problem. Andre and I have talked about that a few times. Like, no matter how long you go, you're like, I got a couple in me. But I definitely, the last 2 years, you could honestly, like you could say, like there's always that 1% in the back of your head. I definitely no longer have that anymore. I'm just comfortable. I'm at peace. We're having our second baby soon, and life is very good. I'm very fortunate.
I know it's still early in his career, but when you look at what Derek Stingley has maybe accomplished already, what stands out? Would it be fair to say that he's already one of the best defensive backs in the franchise?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I mean, we've had some great ones here. Obviously, I play with Joe, Kareem, some of these great players. But Sting is a phenomenal player, and he's so businesslike in what he does. He just goes down there, locks people up, and goes back to work the next play. Like he's not the loudest, he's not the most rambunctious, but he just does his job extremely well. And obviously got taken care of because of it. I think one of the best things this organization has done is taking care of their players appropriately. You look at Nico's deal now, it's one of the best deals in football. But at the time it was signed, Nico was happy, the team was happy, everybody's happy, and there's none of that animosity of when are we going to get this deal done, why isn't this deal getting done? Now Nico goes out there and plays unbelievable football because he's proud, the team put their faith in him, and he can in turn repay it. Same with Sting. I mean, look at Daniil getting taken care of. Like, I'm sure Will and CJ coming up. If you take care of your guys the right way early on, they'll repay you in spades.
A minute ago, is your household ready to have the same number of adults as kids?
I don't know if you're ever truly prepared for it. Most people are telling me, like, going from 1 to 2 is crazy. It's nuts. I've had a couple people tell me it's not that bad, which I appreciate. But I don't know. I honestly have no idea if I'm prepared for it. I thought I was prepared for Koa, the first one, and I wasn't. So I'm really excited. I know that there's nothing in life that has given me more joy or more happiness or more pleasure or more purpose. And so I'm really, really looking forward to this next stage. And I always thought when my playing career was done, you're like, man, that's a really big chapter in my life that's closed, and it's really sad. But I had no idea how beautiful the next chapter would be. So I'm really lucky. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.